Hi everyone. I've been watching a film called The Proud One. It's a western starring Jeffrey Hunter, Robert Ryan, Walter Brennan, and this is the theme music from it, and it's a whistled theme music with orchestral backing, so I was just trying it out with the keyboard and organ together. It's the first time I've had them together, to be honest. Ironic really, because we're on the 5th birthday now of home organist and keyboard players, and when I first started it I was just going to call it home organist, and then I thought no, keyboard players, because a lot of people moved on to keyboards, and it also includes pianos, electric pianos, so I called it home organist and keyboard players, and I've actually got an organ and keyboard now, so I suppose I fit the bill. As far as the group goes, well, what can I say? 5 years, half a decade. I was going to do this video outside actually, but it's raining today, so it's a bit English this weather today, even though we're in New Zealand. And we've got Harry and Meghan visiting, of course. So when we first came, the Queen visited. We just moved into this house, and Jennifer gave a posy of flowers from this house to the Queen. That's how close we were. All those years ago, 1995. But going back to the group, all I can say is thank you to everybody. What I intended the group to do, it does. We have, on average, 10 new posts every day. And that's some going. And we get comments, people comment, people pass advice on, people help each other, and we're all over the world. And I think that's really what it's all about. Music should be shared. I've just had a new pair of glasses done for the organ, funnily enough, the organ, keyboard, my computer, because I can't, this is not detailed enough. I put a piece of music up on there the other day to look at chord symbols, because I don't read the music. I tend to look at the chord symbols, just remind me what they were, and I couldn't see them. I thought, yeah, but my eyes are stuffed, so the new glasses I got yesterday, and I've had them back in today because we're too tight, pressing too tight. But yeah, it means I can see the dust on the organ a bit more. But seriously, going back to the group, yes, it shows us we've got over 3,000 members, and I know we don't have 3,000 members. People have died, people have passed away. But what it does show is we've got a strong foundation, and many, many, many of the original members are still here with us, and many of them post and comment. And I think that's the important thing. Also, other groups have started since I started this one, and I've supported them. I belong to other groups besides our own. Not just the Technics group, I belong to Lowry group, and a few others. And the thing is, we enjoy the music. The other thing is that when people have had problems, we get help. I've recently found that this one, after I bought it, I found out that it had been updated with an upgrade. So I queried it, and everybody's been in from different groups, including home organists and keyboard players, and helped me with it. And also I want to upgrade this one to the to have an emulator like this. This has got the emulator in, which is brilliant. And I'm going to put the emulator in this one, and I've ordered it now. I've just got notification it was posted out today, so I should have it by the end of the week. Just persuade our John to come over and do it, because he can see. He works on computers too, so he's got all the small tools. But you get help, you get support. We don't criticise. Everybody is as important as everybody else. It doesn't matter whether you're the most accomplished professional or a person who's literally just bought a keyboard or a second-hand organ and they're just trying it out and starting. Everybody's as important as everybody else in this group, because without the members we wouldn't have the group. Without the input you put in, we wouldn't have the group. The administration team is brilliant. It's, to be fair, we don't have an awful lot to do now, because where we've taken action, it's been dealt with, and occasionally we've put somebody out because we haven't liked the type of thing they've posted. Most times it's got nothing to do with music, and there's one or two we do decline, and we've probably declined and thrown out, or probably thrown out or declined about 300 and odd in the 5 years we've been going, and it's been for different reasons. We had people who, let's just say, were a bit harsh on other people, and they didn't want to listen, and they criticised others. And the thing is that I've had people comment to me that, oh, I'm sorry, but I don't feel like posting because such and such things happen, and we've tried to iron that out. Yes, okay, it doesn't suit the main professional musicians that we have people who play who make things wrong. But if we didn't have that, you wouldn't have the group, because I'm not a good player. I lost my sister this year. She passed away in July, and it's just 40 years since Sue and I got married, and my sister was matron of honour at our wedding. She was 13. She would have been 77 this October. She's 13 and a bit years older than I was. And she was taught piano by a lady that made her put pennies on the back of her hands, and she had to hold her hands like this, and she played like this, and she got smacked over the back of the hand with a ruler, and she learnt to play by music. She was jealous of me because I can play without. I play it from up here. I play it from up here, out in here actually. Our Eileen was funny really, because she always said she had to have the music in front of her, and yet she could have the music in front of her and you knew she wasn't reading it. It was a confidence thing, but she would only do it with the music, I would do it without. It's a shame the two of us couldn't be melded together, but that's one of the reasons I'm working on the keyboard now. The keyboard's to help me with some style lessons I've been watching, but it was difficult on the organ with the keyboard split. I'm better off with 61 keys, the same height, he says. So sometime I'll get on top of that. But going back to the group, we have friends from all over the world. We keep religion out, other than sharing music which has religion in it. We keep politics out. We try and keep aggression and sexism and racism out as well. And we've done pretty well with it. There have been many members who've passed away since we started the group. I went through the list the other day because I was going to do a thing with all the little thumbnail pictures on, but unfortunately after getting 500 and odd together, just a random selection, the file sizes were only 2 kilobytes, so you couldn't actually have them on a collage. It wouldn't have shown. So I banged my head on the wall. But as I was going through this, I looked at so many people who've passed away. But their support was here, and they helped people, and their musical ability helped people, and still does. A lot of people get inspiration from others. I get inspiration from watching other people, the same way as I get inspiration from listening to a piece of music on a record that, you know, is something I really like. And I watch the film, and with the theme music, which has always haunted me, that piece of theme music, I thought I'll do it on the organ, but I did it on the keyboard because it's actually got a better whistle. But I'm still working on that. But yeah, it's an achievement, and the achievement hasn't been from me. The achievement's been from everybody who's been part of the group, given support, played music, given a bit of history over the music. Some people put a piece of music on and they'll say who wrote it, when it was performed, which different artists have done it, and it's great because it's educational. When I was having my eyes My glasses picked up yesterday. The lady who was, young lady who was dealing with me said, it's Specsavers. We have Specsavers in New Zealand now. I did my first Specsavers in England years ago. But she said, oh, you're using it for the reading of the computer? And I said, no, and the organ and the keyboard. She said, oh, how far away is the music on your organ? I went, meter. And she said, oh. I said, yeah, I've got an organ group, Home Organist of Facebook. We're just celebrating 5 years. And she was really interested because her background was music and she played viola in an orchestra and she wanted to find some more out about it. So I gave her the details of the group. It was just an off-the-cuff conversation, really. But you don't have to be an organist or keyboard to enjoy our group, because the music's there for people to listen to. There are times when we have quiet moments. There are times when events in the world cause us to have a lot of certain types of music. But that's how it is. It's a variety. Also, the fact that there's so many friendships being made in the group. The friendships that are outside of the group now, that people have met via the group. And to me, that's what all social groups should be about. I'm not a great social media person. My Facebook, if those of you send me Facebook messages, I don't really use my Facebook. I use it for my group. If I could have done the group in any other way, I wouldn't have used Facebook, because there are times when it makes me grit my teeth. I mean, originally I used to have 2 organ blogs, but that doesn't really work anymore. So it's a Facebook group. But any of you contact me on Facebook itself, I share very little on Facebook. If I take you as a Facebook friend, you won't see a lot of my stuff on my home stuff. A bit of the family maybe. Or the other week when we had, our granddaughter was playing saxophone at the Botanic Gardens with Chisnellwood Intermediate School, which she finishes this year. They're only intermediate 2 years. She's done saxophone there, and she's going to go to Avonside Girls' School. And the music teacher there has sort of said, yes, I want you for the orchestra, so, or the band. So that's good. But yeah, the other one, I suppose I should say this really, because some of you contact me and talk about applications. My cell phone is something I have for emergencies. I mean, literally, some of you may recognise this. It's a flip. Answers when I open it, closes, shuts down when I empty it. I used to have a touchscreen phone when I was in my own business. Had all the bits. I mean, I can get on the internet with that. I don't. I use a desktop computer because, first of all, I can sit down and relax because I've got back issues. And the other thing is my eyes. I need the big screen. So if you send me applications or things or tell me to do this or that on Messenger and all the rest, if I'm on the computer, fine. Otherwise, you waste your time with that. I use the home phone and I use the computer. I mean, I'm on an invalid benefit. I've been unable to work for 11 years since my head went down with medications, and Sue can only work part-time, so we don't have a lot of spare cash. We don't have any spare cash. But we enjoy life. Life's great. Life's what you make of it. And in a way, that's what the group is. The group's what you make of it. And you help others. I can't say we've got somebody from every country in the world, but we do cover the whole world. I suppose with the exception of Antarctica and Arctica. I think we've got somewhere just about every continent. I think we had some in Greenland at one stage, we might still do. So, yeah, 5 years. It was created really because I saw another group that was, well actually no, I created it because the Organ Facts radio show was closing or closed, and I had this thought about everybody else who like me. My audience is myself and Susan, so it gave us a chance to have all the other audiences, and it's worked. And I say the credit goes to everybody every single person who's joined. And even if they've joined and left, or joined and gone to another group, or just have left the music, for the moment they were there, there was an input, just even if it was just a face and a like. And that's the important thing, because encouraging others to play is important. I have gained a lot from it. There's been a lot of fun and friendship as well. And some of you probably realise that I've got a bit of a wicked sense of humour, so I've got to hold that in, because I can upset people if I crack too funny a thing. But it's something to be really proud of, the group. I want each of you just to take a part of it in your hearts, because you created it. I put a name to it, and it was an idea. It's developed because of the work that others have put in, not myself. I've been told I'm the captain steering it, and yeah, there's been a few times. And of course, there's been a lot of heartaches around the world, and at the time of me creating this, we were still recovering from our own mishaps with the earthquakes. I actually got this on the 20 seconds before the first anniversary of the 2011 earthquakes, which is the one that really wiped out Christchurch. And when I take Sue to work, I go past, we'd go down the Avon River, and to either side of us is open fields. Those open fields used to be houses. It never leaves you. There's been earthquakes around the world since. There was the tsunami and earthquake in Japan soon after we had ours, same year, 2011. And I'll never forget the fact the Japanese workers who were here helping us, looking for bodies, had to then leave and go to their own country and help their own country. And that was a really emotional time. And it shows human nature, really. If I was in a river and drowning, and somebody was going to dive in and save me, I wouldn't ask what country they were from, what the religion was, or what the politics were. I'd just be glad they dived in and saved me, and vice versa. If I was going to save somebody else, I'd save them regardless of who they were. I used to have a neighbour in England, and we didn't get on. And let's just say we had a big difference of opinion quite a few times. And they were on holiday, and we used to have an old, had been a railway line 40 odd years before behind our house. They called it a linear park because it was in a straight line. And it was just wild and whatever. And there was a fire on behind it, and it was behind their garden, and I went over and put my hose pipe over and hosed it all down and put it out, and they came home and found out that it happened. I didn't tell them, and they were all over me like a rash. I think I preferred it when we were not speaking to each other, but it just goes to show, how people change. But there's a bit of good in everybody. I'm a soft touch, really. I think everybody's got good in them somewhere. I mean, my dad was a prison officer. I lived in an open prison. The prisoners mowed our lawn. I did swimming certificates with some prisoners. They were just people. It's all a matter of respect. The thing is, in our group, we respect others. We respect the fact that they are trying to play music, are playing music, have played music. We respect the fact that where they play might not be as easy as where we live, Organs are a bit of a rarity here in New Zealand, and they're getting like that everywhere. And I'm sorry, in a way, I saw that Lowry's gone. I suppose Lowry will always be, because the first organ I really saw was my uncle's Lowry Holiday Deluxe with his bolt-on rhythm section. Yeah. So anyway, I've prattled on too long. Again, I'd like to thank you all for what you've done. The group follows the way it's developed, has followed the way the people who've been in it have shared themselves, the music, their friendship, their warmth and their advice. And again, thank you. So, happy birthday everybody. I'm not going to play that one for you, I'm not going to sing it either. But look, take care, stay safe and keep enjoying your music. Bye for now.